I got an email from an aerobatics team that said, "Hi, we attach pyrotechnics to our planes so we can produce a fireworks show in mid-flight. Do you want to come for a test ride?"
Going right now.
What else was I going to say? Look at that sunset. Oh, wow.
My inspiration for Aerosparx came from seeing New Year's Eve on television in Edinburgh, where underneath the castle they had a waterfall of light. I always imagined that being somehow trailing off behind the wing of an aeroplane.
Aerosparx as a display team, we're lucky enough and privileged enough to go all over the world. We've been to China, Saudi Arabia, Portugal, lots of locations in Europe, and obviously locations in the UK. And we can display from up to 300,000 people to 1 million people.
All right, it is nearly dark enough and our planes are nearly in position. This is going to happen very soon. Just to be clear, this is a practice run. This is not a proper display. When there's a display, there is a lot more going on in the cockpit, a lot more going on in the pyrotechnics, and they are very much not allowed to take passengers. But yeah, let's see what this is like.
And relax.
I don't know if it's that obvious.
One of the big wows is flying in extremely close formation. We're helped by the wings being extremely long, so your peripheral vision is just full of aeroplane.
I don't see Guy very often, but I know that he's probably only 3 metres from my aircraft, and that's where trust comes in.
You'll see us firing lots of different kinds of fireworks, pyro, from the aeroplanes. They all need preparation, and that can take some hours. So all of the igniters, the E-matches, need inserting into the fireworks. We need to work out what we're going to put on the aeroplane where, and then the process of actually fitting to the aeroplane again can take half an hour to an hour. We genuinely can't shimmy down the wing and light the blue touch paper. All commercial firework displays are ignited the same way. They're all ignited with a control box lighting an E-match or an igniter, and that goes into the blue touch paper effectively. And we do just the same. We started out by having a bank of switches, but when you're under high workload in formation flying, it's so easy to hit the wrong button. We can fire 24 separate fireworks in our display. You can't get 24 right in a sequence. So we've actually had a bespoke computer system designed. Not only does it fire our fireworks for us, but it controls the LED light system on the airplanes as well. And that means I now have only one button. So once I pressed it once, it then auto-sequences on to the next part of the programs. My imagination, I've found over the years, has always been a leapfrog ahead of the authorities' regulation, not trying to stop what we're doing, but trying to understand what we're doing and finding out where it fits into regulations that were written quite genuinely not for aeroplanes. So at the moment we're dealing with aviation regulation and firework regulation.
Diving now. Loop now. Fire, fire, fire. Loop, loop now. Check your CB, Rob, check your CB.
So the question is, how can they do this? And how can they do this safely?
Loop. Loop now.
We have defined roles. My job is to lead the formation, lead the display.
Rob is working very hard on the climb out, working out exactly where to start the display and how to modify the display subtly to keep it in the right place with the wind conditions. And my job is very clear, to fly safely and as close as I can without hitting him. Planning is everything in our display. And that planning starts on the ground before we even get airborne. We do a bumblebee dance, as we call it. So we go around in circles in our mind and physically mimicking the maneuvers that we're then going to do in the sky. And that then sets a cadence and a rhythm and a physical memory of what you're doing so that when we start the display, we're on the same page and working as a team.
On the radio, we're confirming all the time what we're going to do before we do it.
Okay, firing now.
Our choice of using a Grob 109 motor glider was for lots of reasons. One of my original imaginations of this firework display was to separate the fireworks as far as we could, and we need a big wingspan for that. Because it's a glider, it also has efficiency of a glider, which means that we can perform aerobatics with a very small engine, and it gives us grace. The disadvantage with the motor glider is a very small engine. That means we take a long time to climb to altitude, and when we're at altitude, we try and conserve all the energy we have. We describe our display as painting with light. We like to think that the focus is more on the image we're painting with the aeroplanes rather than the distinct manoeuvres we're doing separately. Fireworks are great on the ground. When you're flying next to fireworks, it's even better. And I still pinch myself every time I even think about going flying with fireworks and just think, I can't believe we're actually going to do this.
That's incredible. So that's what, 2 tests now, and what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be twice as much pyro in the same length of time. So it's going to be Armageddon.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
You can find out more about Aerosparx and all the displays they're going to at the link in the description.
Thank you. What we are going to do is turn the engine off.
Oh,
And land the glider.
okay. Sure.
Oh, look, no engine.
Propeller's just stopped.